What's up everyone? In this video we're talking about freelance copywriting versus traditional copywriting. What is the difference and what sets them apart? If that's something you're interested in hearing, keep watching. For those who don't know me, I'm Lex DeVille, and on this channel we help people escape corporate prison and build a freelance empire. We share lots of freelance writing tips and tutorials, so if you're new, consider subscribing. In this video we're talking about freelance copywriting versus traditional copywriting. What is the difference? Do you know the difference? If so, drop it in a comment down below. What are your thoughts on this difference? And have you even started copywriting yet? So, freelance copywriting, as I'm working through a copywriting course, I'm trying to get one out for you guys. It's been way too long since I put out anything about copywriting. But I'm having to work through it and think about the differences between what gets people results and what does not get people results, what got me results and what has not gotten other people results. And that involves separating things that people are doing that get results versus what doesn't get results. So to do that, I kind of had to look at how people approach copywriting most of the time, what I see most often, which is we're picking up copywriting books, we're picking up Drew Whitman, we're picking up Eugene Schwartz, we're picking up Robert Collier, we're picking up all this different stuff by all these different copywriters and reading through it and trying to mimic it and learn from it. And as a result, it seems like everybody who starts with copywriting ends up writing in this direct response style. Centered stuff all over the page, big headlines, swoopy, fancy, spammy, clickbait stuff. And the problem with that is there's 4 types of copywriting, and only one of those is direct response. At least there's 4 types that I would have you focus on, but we'll talk about those some other time, maybe in another video. The thing I want to get at is that people are studying too much. They're studying, reading books too much, and trying to learn from these other writers too much instead of adapting their own styles and learning through experience, learning by getting in the trenches and writing copy and putting it in front of people and then split testing it to see what actually works and then improving from there. In my opinion, that's how you become a copywriter. And a lot of people aren't getting this. They think that to become a copywriter, you have to follow everything that Gary Halbert says or do what these greats like John Carlton say. And I guess there's nothing wrong with that as long as you take that information and you apply it and you put it into action, and then you get copywriting clients. But back to the difference between freelance copywriting and traditional copywriting. Traditional copywriting was mainly designed for sales. We didn't have personal brands back in the day. We didn't have different things going on that are considered copywriting now that weren't back then. So my definition of freelance copywriting is that it is any kind of writing that is designed to influence someone in a particular direction. And to become a freelance copywriter, you don't need to study for years. You need to learn just enough to say things to people that will influence them in some way. And if you can do that, then you can go out and get freelance clients. And you don't need to be a master of this. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to be someone who is smart and adaptive and intelligent enough to reach out, connect with clients, and work with those clients. Because freelance clients are not like companies like Nike or Walmart or Amazon or any big company that is a multi-billion-dollar business. Most freelance clients aren't those people. Most freelance clients are smaller companies and smaller businesses. They may be million-dollar businesses, but they're smaller. And they have different needs. They have technical needs. They have branding needs. They have specific transformational needs that are not being fulfilled by traditional copywriters or even anybody because nobody's out there doing it. So freelance copywriting is about getting the fundamentals as fast as possible and then working with clients, because there's clients who need you and they can use your style, but you're not applying to those gigs because you think you're not good enough. But here's the thing about freelance clients and freelance copywriting. It's that freelance clients, in my experience, they don't know what they need, and they don't know what copywriting really even is. They just know that they need words on the page, and they're not very good at saying stuff. So if you are someone who can say things that looks good to them, then they're going to give you money for that. And if you can say things that looks good to them and gets people to buy, that is going to help you make lots of money as a copywriter. But it starts with just saying things that they need you to say, and that comes from your personal style. That doesn't come from studying other copywriters for 10 years, and that's the difference between freelance copywriting and traditional copywriting. Traditional copywriting was designed to move people to the sell as quickly as possible. It was designed for big companies and big brands. Personal brands didn't exist way back in the day, 1980s, 1960s. There was no such thing really as a personal brand. That didn't exist because we didn't have the internet to spread these messages. So if you want to be a freelance or a copywriter in general, you need to kind of think about your goals with that. Is your goal to get up and earning fast with this? Is it to help the most people? Or is it to work with big corporate clients and for some advertising agency? If that's the case, maybe you do need to study a little bit more direct response, but you're still going to have to branch out and learn other areas to become the best copywriter that you can be. You can't just focus on direct response because that's only one style of copywriting, and that's not going to take you that far. Well, what you'll find on the freelance platforms is that a lot of clients don't even want that style. In fact, they get direct response style proposals all the time. And one of the reasons I stand out to those people is because I don't approach them that way. I don't try and direct sell them with this direct response style proposal, and I don't have any direct response stuff. I mean, I use some of those techniques in my bio on Upwork, but overall, it's not like that. I do things through story. That's just my style. Anyway, freelance copywriter is about getting to the money. It's about getting the clients. It's about getting just enough experience to get in the door and start writing copy so that you can gain experience and grow as a copywriter by being in the field, by doing actual copywriting work, and then seeing what works and getting real results. Traditional copywriting is more about studying copywriting, studying the old grades, do the direct response style, try and say what people need to move them to the sell as quickly as possible. Other styles of copywriting aren't even about moving people to the sell at all. And definitely not as quickly as possible. So that's something a lot of people don't know, that direct response just isn't the only way. But anyway, freelance copywriting is about getting out there, putting yourself out there, using your personal style to get clients to respond, whereas traditional copywriting is more of learning the piano or something. You practice 1,000,000 hours a day, and eventually you become a master over time and you're ready to play big concerts. That's what traditional copywriting is more about. It's more about the study of the craft. But I'm not all about studying 24/7. I like to get results. I like to write copy, and I like to put it in front of people and then get real feedback from it versus things like using swipe files or studying sales letters. I just do what works for me and then see the results, and then we can improve from there. That's freelance copywriting in a nutshell. I think that you will do well if you just go out there and maybe read Cashvertising, get that first book under your belt, learn a little bit about the fundamentals of copy, learn about what a headline is, learn what a tagline is, learn what a USP is, learn how to write some bullet points. You do need some of these basic things, but then once you've got that, write copy. That's how you get experience, and that's how you find out what really works right now in the modern world, instead of training under old gurus who most of which aren't even writing copy because they just don't do it anymore. That's my thoughts on that. Take it or leave it. You don't have to agree with me. I'm sure many people won't. Many people think that the only way to become a copywriter is to study Gary Halbert and all these other people, and that's totally fine. If that's the way you want to approach it, go for it. Meanwhile, I will be making money with freelance copywriting, which I've only studied one book, Cashvertising, and then Breakthrough Advertising. I had a read through of that. And since then, I've studied other areas that help me improve as a writer so that I'm more adaptive to different styles of copy. That's what it means to be a freelancer. You're gritty. You're in the trenches. You are a soldier of war, and you are kicking down doors every single day. So think about that. I'm Lex DeVille. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.